G'day guys, I hope you're all doing well. Wondering why your guitar rig or your pedal setup is, well, a little bit thin, a little bit more, not quite how you would like it to be. It's not sounding thick with two C's. What? So here is one of the most common problems with running pedal board setups. Quite a simple fix, could be quite an expensive fix, and you can also take your time with changing it as well. Okay, hang on, where are they? Here they are. I've got it around here somewhere. Okay, I found them. Buffer pedals. Buffer pedals in general, not just... It's not a slam to Boss pedals, okay? They make good pedals. It's okay, it's just the TU3 is just probably one of their best pedals. No, but seriously, if you're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of, well, not just Boss pedals, but buffer pedals that aren't true bypass, you're going to run into the issue of, well, your sound becoming very paper thin, very not quite guitar-y. It sounds more like a DI guitar going through an amp. So the idea behind a buffer pedal, for example, is to allow you to run, say, a 20-meter cable, for example, into, say, a pedal like this one. So nice chorus ensemble pedal. Run straight into the input and then run out. Now, what tends to happen when you're running through a long, imbalanced cable is it takes out the tone. It takes out it dumbs it down a little bit, basically. It brings down your volume. So the idea of a buffer pedal, as the name suggests, buff you up a bit. See what I did there? But there is the side effect of what the buffer pedal does. If you have a consecutive of running these pedals, it is not only going to try buffering the higher frequencies even higher, it's going to lose the bass end of your guitar, which is quite handy in some instances if you're playing with playing with drop tunings, for example. Tends to happen with guitars and basses in say a metal band, for instance, with drop tunings, say drop B tuning and downwards. The one thing that tends to happen is frequency masking, and what that entails is basically the guitar will just cover up what you hear in the bass. So it's like with the earlier Parkway Drive albums, they really struggled with that thing in mind. Couldn't really hear much of the bass, but that tends to be quite the issue in terms of metal bands and all the rest of it as well. But although it is not handy at all when you're trying to play in a blues band, or just trying to play in a sort of like a hard rocking sort of sound, and you want it to sound fat, you want that Telecaster to sound absolutely fat, you want that Les Paul to just really lay down some really heavy riffs, and that aren't so much metal, but they are very out there, and they really just punch you in the gut, sort of just like a big pow. So most of all, here's that common fix. If you're running about 6 of these, all in consecutively, maybe reconsider your pedal board, because well, buffer pedals can also screw up if you're playing with other musicians. One thing I found was I had a couple of these laying around, and I thought, I'll just chuck a pedal board together. I really like the sound of, say, this chorus, and maybe like the super octave and the tuner pedal, and then plus a standard Jim Dunlop wah, which is also a buffered pedal in itself. That's a lot of buffering versus the true bypass pedals that I have running in the pedal board. So say like the Blood Moon phaser pedal and a 2-stage full drive MOSFET stage 2 pedal. That's a mouthful of a pedal, but it is a very tasty sounding crunch pedal. That being said, when you think about, there's 2 analog pedals versus the 3 buffer pedals that I'm running, the sound gets really hella thin. And I'm going to show you the extreme example of running just this pedal with this bad boy and this pedal. Like I said before at the start of the video, this is not a dig at Boss pedals. It's just a generalization of what it's like to just send a signal that's straight to the amp versus a signal sent with a whole bunch of buffer pedals at the same time. And I'll just run them clean, no, without the pedals engaged. It'll just go straight to the amp. For this test, I'm going to show to you guys what it sounds like in terms of sending the signal straight, direct to the black monster, the big black box, aka the orange, which is not actually orange. And I'm also going to show you guys what it sounds like with the Boss pedals in the signal flow. Now, allow it to be a chance for you to guys look at it in a color wise, not so much as, oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I need to actually do the right thing and not use those pedals. It's none of that. It's more if you're finding that your sound is too thin for your liking, that's just a common fix. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, I'll leave it to the audio files. Okay guys, I hope you guys found that quite insightful. I believe you me, it blew me away when I was finding out one day. I was just like, hang on, what's going on with my tone? And I just and I wiped a whole bunch of pedals out of my signal flow, and then all of a sudden, whooshka, Dunsky, bruh, I found the sound that I was looking for. So it's just a matter of managing how you use these buffered pedals, because they are really great if you're running a whole bunch of analog pedals together. So say like maybe a fuzz face, you know, like a couple of boutique pedals, like the Organizer by Earthquaker pedals. I think it's Earthquaker. Jeez, I sounded like a while ago. Most of all, enjoy your exploration, and I'll see you guys around in the next video. Thanks, guys.